handle it.
Yeah.
Girl power.
Yes, yes.
It's being recorded. It's
No?
not an official meeting.
All right.
Oh, you are?
Oh,
You need
yes,
to
you do
be-
it. Do it then, Clark. I'm sorry. I'm turning.
That's the
had
only reason
my
I'm
back
here.
turned
But I'm
to
not
you.
staying all night because it's my daughter's birthday. So
That's
Oh
cool.
no, we don't have to. This is
Really?
quick.
How old is she?
15.
Oh, yeah, he got to go.
Okay, we're gonna update with Officer Clark, Deputy Clark.
Yeah, whatever. As long as the check
website.
clears.
Maybe not our website, but definitely live streaming. It's happening, you guys. Everybody can go online from the YouTube and type in City of Benton Harbor, and you'll get our meetings. You'll get everything that we said in the meetings, how we said it. You can look at our expressions. It is a great opportunity for us to, and most people that got smartphones to go YouTube and do.
Okay.
So, YouTube, City of Benton Harbor, it's all good. And I thank you, Clark. I know it took a long time, but we understood that you were wearing 5 hats, maybe 6, but you
Yeah,
wore
fine.
this one well. One day we hope to take some of this pressure off of you by establishing a subcommittee, an ad hoc group of young people to come in and make sure that that is ran in the right manner, and as well as upgrade. You want to tell us about the upgrade and all of that, so we'll know what you had to do?
When you say upgrade, which parts?
Any of it.
Well, I know one of the things we'd like to do is get the camera moved to the back of the room. So right now, when it's recording, it's just catching an angle here or there. If we fisheye it towards the top and towards the back, it can catch everybody. So you can, because sometimes you'll be able to, depending on how skilled the camera person is, we may be able to move it to the person who's talking, or sometimes it's not. So
Like Mevo. Like the Mevo.
Well, something, yeah, something. So it'll be up there, and it'll catch everybody, and we don't have to worry about trying to pan it around. So that's one of the things. There's a lot of projects we have going on, so that's why I was kind of trying to specify which ones. We're trying to also work towards upgrading all the cameras in City Hall, and so that way they're actually functioning properly. And efficiently. So we're getting there.
Inside and outside.
Yes.
Okay.
We're even talking about going in the community with cameras, right?
There have been some discussion on that, yes. So these cameras we have right here, they can actually be pole mounted and sit on a pole. The only thing is we have to establish a wireless service for the camera. Now, it's the same type of wireless router that we have in the police cars. Those can support 10 cameras at a time. So it's just a matter of how we set them and the placement of them, and whether or not they're in the range of the antennas.
Madam Chair, that's some wonderful information to have. Thank you, Officer Clark. Due to the fact that we are about, with the money that has been designated to our armory, to actually put some cameras up. Those type of cameras before the work starts, so that we can make sure that no one is re-vandalizing as the work goes on.
Right.
Doesn't that make sense?
Right. That's in
You
the
take care
process
of
too.
that?
Yeah.
Thank
That's
you.
in the process too, because we want to make sure
Thank
that
you.
everything there.
Yeah.
We don't want to put nothing in there for vain. So.
Yes, we are. Would you look into the Mevo? Because it does exactly what you
Well,
said.
we've been exploring all of them.
Okay.
And
I got one though,
the
and I know it does exactly what you described, and if it was set right up there in that corner, it could catch everything.
right, yeah,
And
we're
it's so much smaller.
the fact that we're the government, we have to do things just a little bit differently, and plus Mevo works on an individual basis differently than they do with us.
Okay.
It's just like AT&T service. The pricing is different, government entity versus business, government versus person.
Okay.
So
I just wanted, but thank you.
yeah, but we're exploring all those.
For the armory.
Mhm.
That's important.
That too. It's in the process.
Thank you.
All right, well, we're looking for a concrete plan on those new cameras very soon.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody got any questions?
Now those, the stream, the YouTube videos, this commission meetings, gonna be all the.
They're there.
Committee meetings too?
Yeah, go take a look.
Oh, y'all look
Yeah.
Even the planning commission.
And our authorities as well, like Brownfield?
We're getting there. I need to get a full schedule of everything.
Okay.
Because I don't have that,
It's
and
actually on our agenda.
I don't see all those.
Okay.
So
Um,
the streaming on YouTube, is that like right now, or
No,
will it have to be uploaded too?
it'll have to be uploaded.
Okay,
We haven't started streaming yet because I want to it's a punctuality thing. If we start on time, I know they're going to start on time every time. It's a lot easier to set up the stream,
okay.
but I don't want to start recording until we actually get started because
Okay.
you know sometimes there's personal conversation to be had before we actually start, and I'm sure not everybody wants that out there.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
That's the
Meeting
live
time
stream.
on time, yeah.
Mhm.
Do you have any information that you can share with them about the website?
the website's up. It's up. It's functional. What's your questions?
Certain issues, certain particular, everything is not on it. And I know that I keep seeing money being generated to the website, but everything is not on it yet.
What aspects are you looking for that I can specifically talk
Well, We Cycle Industrial Sanitation is not on there,
On what?
on the website. So the people
Oh.
can't go and see, well, this is their schedule, this is the rules.
Oh.
So it's a lot of other little
Yeah.
things
Yeah,
that we need to put on the website that will help the people.
yeah.
Now,
Okay.
everybody
I don't think that's ever been actually brought up, or at least not to me, for that kind of
No,
stuff.
it hasn't, and it's some other things.
I'll put it on my agenda for Wednesday.
It's some other things that we need to, but that's why, well, do we have any more questions about live streaming or the
Yes.
website?
I forgot to ask, with the destruction that was done to, through the chair, through the, Gene Clark Park, the destruction of the little shed that somebody threw a rock and busted one, is there a camera system out there? Or will you make sure that,
That's on the project list to go out there
Okay.
with cameras.
okay.
Are we sure it was a rock or not an errant golf
No,
ball?
I'm not sure what it was, but it was.
So
was
I believe it was a golf ball.
It was a golf ball.
Yeah, and if you talk to the kids that work out there, they'll tell you they
Oh,
get
they
beamed
get
with
hit.
golf balls quite regularly.
Really?
Yeah,
Mm.
because people like me who can't golf good don't
Okay.
belong on that course, and that's what happens.
Yeah, that is a problem, and that will come up in a public safety committee meeting. We'll have a long discussion about.
I look at the way that the course is.
Oh no, it's possible. Talk to those kids that work out there.
myself, and I'm not.
They'll
the greatest,
tell you. If people are teeing off on those tees on the top,
but- Okay, top.
and
Okay.
I got hit by a ball.
Stay out the way.
I was just standing in the parking lot. Okay, any questions about the website, live streaming? Please, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Twitter, let the people know that is an avenue for them to go to.
Okay.
And I gotta bring us back to this One Voice Now thing, onevoicenow.org. If we can get that implemented now, everyone will be able to chime in on everything that's going on in City Hall,
Mm.
right on their phone. And it might not be a smartphone, it might be a flip phone, but they do text too. So, onevoicenow.org, you need to look it up, we need to come back, we're gonna bring it back and have a really good discussion, but
One voice
Put-
now.
put that out on your Facebook and whatever social media that you use, and tell the people to look at it and see if it's something that they can approve, because it don't cost a lot of money. .org. It's a video, so it's not a lot of money. It's a great program, and it's something simple, that people, even my mother, can do. So, anybody else got a website, live stream? Next is a discussion from We Cycle Industrial Sanitation.
I guess everybody know we are Willie Williams representing Recycle Industrial Sanitation. We have a contract with the city of Benton Harbor, a 3-year contract to pick up one 96-gallon container per week. And the problem it is, it's only, out of the 2,000 or something, it's only about 30 peoples now. We got it down to about 30. And most of them is on the Mondays route. And over on the north side up there. And, but the thing about it is, we done did our job over and over. We cleaned the city up. I talked to you about it. We cleaned the city up twice with everything out there. And then they still do it. The main problem is when they put the garbage out there and it's raining, our truck will hold about 50 gallons of water, then it'll start running out. That's why the tops should be closed. But most of the people got 5 bags up on top of the container. If you ride around, you can see them
Open too.
up on top of it. And the thing is wide open, then the city gonna give us about water in the streets. And,
Trash too.
it could be, it's not that bad. We talking to the people, you just got a few of them that you can't do nothing with. You got a few of them that you can't. And then when they call us and tell us that I didn't put my garbage out, we go back and get that garbage. But when we go down the street, we got 2 people on the truck, 1 driver, and we get both sides, and we get back today or either the next day, hey, you missed my garbage. But while we missed it, they got about 7 or 8 bags out there, they done filled it back up again. That's been going on for a month now. So it's just about cleaned up. But that's the biggest problem. And for speaking for myself as a taxpayer in Benton Harbor, you're gonna have to do something about these junkyards in the city, these garages, putting them up. They putting high fences in the front of the house. You can't see over in there, but there's so many junkyards in Benton Harbor. It's a shame. I mean, right there, they got all the junk. You used to make them, when we was here, they had to clean up all the refrigerator, clean up the back. We went through the alley and cleaned up everything. You go through an alley now, you can't get through it. And you're talking about tires, you got over 3,000 tires in the city of Benton Harbor, not counting the ravines and things. And they steady throwing them out all over town. If someone want to ride with me, I'll take them for a ride. I can show them every spot it is.
I have a question. Do we still have like one spring cleanup or something in the city, right? Is that what we still?
We're scheduling one, and we
Okay.
used to have more than one.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Maybe we should do more than one and maybe do it on a Saturday, because I know, I think it was last year, was some people that I knew that wanted to do it, but they were at work during the time that it was going on. So maybe we should do it more than once. You know, that way it'll encourage people to actually put the stuff out. We got somebody coming to get it instead of taking it in the middle of the night and throwing it in the ravine. Maybe if we have it more than once, and maybe on a Saturday, I think that would probably get a better response.
Well, we used to, on a Saturday, first we was putting out containers. We had to stop that because they're just coming from out of town, dumping the stuff in there. So we had 3 trucks that we would go through the areas, and they'd have people to help throw it in there.
Mhm.
And we didn't charge the city nothing for that when I was operating. And,
They'll miss you too.
and we kept it cleaned up pretty good. But now, if you don't stop, 30 years ago, the health department had to come in here and work the rats out of here. Remember that? You're gonna have the same thing. If you don't stop what they doing now, you're gonna have the same thing again. And,
Wow.
and that's, but the main thing is to get the junkyards out the city, get the garages. They building pole barns, garages, putting a fence around them, and everything, and then you got some people that got the junkyards, they don't wanna haul it, we don't get to haul,
Scrap.
we don't get to haul all the mattresses.
Mhm.
They go, we tell them one price, they go get somebody else to do it. But you gotta realize, since we had the contract, Best Way went up $49 a ton to haul garbage. That's why we had to go, we can't go up with the city, but we can go up with the large items. That's why we had to go up.
Well, you saying you went up from $5 to what?
We went to $10.
$10. That's still low.
Yes.
So you can put out,
Per item, per
Yeah.
big item.
We put out,
Yeah, you got to, you know.
Uh,
That's all.
see, that kind of information
It
needs to be
put out there.
put out there. We
Mhm.
need to learn to be transparent, because what happens when when the people don't, or lack of knowledge,
Yeah.
they
Mhm.
perish. That's just known. We all know
It's
that.
pretty good. It's getting better and better, but it's not getting better throwing them mattresses and things out.
Without calling, they gotta call first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Gotta make your number.
There's always some rumors going on, always. So, I get a complaint. I called and, they told me that they would pick up my large item. And I was supposed to give them $5. I said, okay. I did. The guy took the $5, he didn't give me a receipt, and they picked up my heavy stuff. I said, well, what's wrong with that? So, when you hear the mayor say we all be complaining about something, that's one of the complaints. I fill the trash can up and there's 3 or 4 bags on the side. They leave the 3 or 4 bags on the side.
Well, now, that's just among us. We pick
No,
up-
it's not among
well, you
us.
know,
It's not among us, we've been
Oh,
taped.
oh. They have that not said.
But
But see,
if they're filling up
we
their.
pick up one bag. We'll pick up one bag.
Mhm.
Mhm. Maybe they should be, I mean, well, then you're gonna have even more garbage in the alleys. If, I was gonna say, you charge them $1 a bag if you have anything over your, filling your receptacle.
Well, then they're gonna start going
Yeah.
to the backyard, back alleys and things.
Yeah, no,
I
that's,
don't know how to do it. That's,
yeah,
I mean, back when they first did the contract, and they were talking about how big the trash cans could be, I said, well, you don't really want to make that big, but they're big compared to the other
oh,
companies,
yeah,
and they're still overflowing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Still just-
I mean, little old me, I have maybe 1 bag a week. That's it.
Yeah.
Maybe 2.
Yeah.
That's just it.
Yeah,
And I got this big trash receptacle. And,
and when I input mines out, I come back and it be stacked this high, where people done put trash in,
yeah,
and the wind blow it.
Your container?
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I've had that happen
I
to me.
would
That's
do-
just so
I
foul.
would do that if I was riding and had all kind of,
I mean, but I would rather
Burger King
do
and all
that
that.
than
I'd
have them
rather-
throw it in
yeah.
the, in the alley.
stop and put it in the trash. There
Yeah.
should be a trash can out on every block anyway.
You know,
There'd be a dumpster on every ward too. We tried to get that to happen, and we got totally ignored, and they say we're complaining, but it wasn't even a complaint, it was a concern. And that's
Well-
why I wanted to change that word, switch it around, because we don't complain, we have concerns, and we get ignored by the mayor, we get ignored by Darwin Watson. Who else is it for us to talk to?
Your other commissioners.
We talk to the commissioners and y'all talk to them and they still don't do it.
Oh,
Half the
okay.
time, when you try to get anything done, the citizens are ignored, dismissed. And
Yeah.
I've been talking about that for a long time, and
I'll
that's
tell
not
you this,
fair.
Mr. Duncan.
It's not fair to the citizens.
My colleagues have all understood that there should be some new priorities in Benton Harbor, and the citizens are the priority. But we gotta work together. It's not something that the government can do all by itself. We need the citizens' participation, but they need to know what the rules are, how the things are go, and everybody follow protocol.
Mhm.
you know, another big thing is like Mr. Roberts, he gotta go buy another 100 next week. They won't put the trash cans back in the back, and they come pick them up. We put out 5 to 10 a week trash can, where they'll pick them up. And then the citizen call and complain, so you got to give them something. They say
Who
they paying
picked
their
them
bill.
up? Who picking them up?
They stealing them.
You
Still,
know,
what, the trash container?
if I may, it is just really sad. And the people elected us to be their voice. And I remember when I ran for office that I asked them that I'm gonna fight. I'm going to fight, and I'm gonna fight hard, but there are some times when I need you all to show up, to allow your voices to be heard, so that they just don't think that Commissioner Adams is a rabble-rouser down here just making up a bunch of damn noise. Because I don't have time for that.
Well, that's the
The people want to see something done, and you need to bring 10 more folks with you,
I can bring,
Mr. Duncan.
I asked you guys.
I'm just saying.
I
I'm
asked you
just
guys
saying
if I
that
could
at
fill the place up for you.
sometimes we need
I'll
the
fill it
citizens
up.
to show up so that, I mean, it's just like elections. They're powerful. If you see something going on and nothing is being done, somebody asked me today, who's in charge down there? Who's the boss?
Well,
Who's the boss?
they didn't want us to show up like that, that's why
But-
they cut the seating out
Let me
to
finish
make us
this.
stand up.
What we were talking about earlier, and it reminds me of how I've sat around the ALPAC tables for the past probably 8 years. I haven't been in a minute though. But trying to bridge the gap with trust amongst the public safety officers, the police, and the residents of not only this community but across this country, but I'm gonna stay at home. If we could get some loyal citizens to where this dumping is going on and have a camera that the city actually pays for to do, I mean, to do some recording. I mean, if we don't come together on this thing, because the dumping needs to stop, citizens need to do better too, because you can't come to my house and leave your trash. And who would allow something like that?
Nobody allowed.
Especially if you know what's going on. But somebody must have the schedules of when people running, when the trash is running, to be bringing their trash over in somebody else's domain. That's crazy.
All they want is
Well, it is crazy, but
an empty lot.
public safety.
But at some
has an
point, we gotta
idea.
give something back to the community. We can't tax them and tax them and.
We already talked about that, Commissioner, that they're gonna place some brand new cameras in key locations, and I guarantee you, it's gonna stop. On top of that, they have caught some people. And unfortunately, they were people that didn't live in the community.
That's even better though.
So I don't know what happened, it
But
was
we
a
point our fingers at
civil,
our residents.
it was a civil offense or whatever happened in the court, I don't know. But I do know that they caught some people doing it. But I just want to make sure that we talk about communication, about recycle, industrial sanitation. The city needs to put it on the website, put another newsletter out, have the conversation in town hall meetings. We need to, when I heard that Darwin, the city manager, is taking the complaints from the citizens for recycle, he told me that he takes the complaints and he writes, he's keeping a log of the complaints.
But he can't, okay.
Keeping a law.
Of the complaints when citizens call. I'm a citizen, I call. City Hall, or they didn't pick my trash up, or they didn't pick my bags up, or they throwed the last one I heard was, they throwed my cart in the street, left it in the street.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
So those kind of complaints, if they're not getting them and they're here, it's just something.
I'd like to see the log of them
It's
complaints.
just a compiled stuff that and where everybody knows how we had to fight.
That don't
for this
smell right.
contract.
Right.
That don't smell
We had to
right.
fight, no, it don't sound right, and
That
you
don't
know I'm
smell right.
paranoid anyway. So, it doesn't sound right, but it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
But I want us to get involved by informing the people, letting them know what it is. If he's saying he's gonna pick up 1 bag or 2 bags or no bag, they need to know that.
$5, $10 for big stuff and all that.
Yeah, they need to know that, and we need to put it on any avenue we can.
Does
So, that's
WeCycle
why
have
I
their
asked
own
him.
website?
I'm sorry?
Does WeCycle have their own website that we can
No.
link directly to? Okay.
But the contract will leak them all up. It's a legal document.
No, no, I know.
Whatever that contract says, they have to do. And if it's something that the city really needs, I believe that there will adopt some things to help us out. They've always done. So if it's something that we really need, if it's a dumpster or whatever it is that we need them
More
to.
cleanup days.
Well, we donate
I know you do.
to your park down there, we donate
Yes, you do.
3
We
containers
appreciate you too.
over there, we donate 3 down to the park down there. That's all was asked. But, we get, our calls now, like this day, we only got 7 calls. One was the lady put her garbage out late. One was, she didn't know, she didn't know that she couldn't put extra bags out. So we went back and corrected that. But our calls are down, but we used to get 25 a day.
Madam Chair. I'm gonna go back to a meeting that, Director McGinnis gave with this log that I've never saw, during a presentation that he gave about the city of Benton Harbor. I know that on our finances, we've had a few questions about, something that the city manager explained that amount was for dumpsters. But the pictures that were shown and the log of the amount of money that he stated that we had spent over $100,000
For the city picking up the stuff.
for the city just picking up, something is wrong with that picture. Because I like the fact that I see 4 or 5 younger youth or younger adults able to feed their family that works with WeCycle, that it seems like they should be able to employ more. If we're spending that type of money, I mean, to work together with this company. A black-owned company too? I'm just saying.
Well, as you remember you might not remember because you had to recruit yourself because of a conflict of interest, but we fought hard.
Very hard.
We fought hard. We didn't just, and
They were gonna X them out.
Yeah.
We fought hard.
so we did fight hard and we're gonna have to continue to fight, but we're gonna have to come together and educate our people. So when I report this to the full body on next week, our next meeting, I'm gonna say that we had consensus that we put our recycling rules and regulations on the website, on Facebook, wherever else we can. Write a letter, send another letter out. Now, I know it don't cost that much to send a letter out.
And please with their schedule, because I've noticed that sometimes I saw them working on holidays.
Now,
But the people need to know when
Or
exactly.
not
I mean, if
working
they
on
take it
holiday.
upon themselves to work on holidays, that's on them, but I don't know.
they have certain holidays in their contract, this is nothing,
Okay, but I'm just saying though, those things to be on the site would be very helpful.
that's right.
Maybe even pass it out when people come and pay their bill.
Yes.
Give them the flyer
Have it
with
available,
the,
yes.
with the information so that they can
Mhm.
just get it.
Okay, so I do have consensus that we pass this on to the full body to push them to share that more, be more transparent. And that's where we're gonna go, as transparent as we can
And even-
about everything.
Even with the cleanup days, if we decide to do more than one, or even if we just do one, maybe now is the time to let people start knowing, okay, we're gonna clean up April the 29th or whatever, so that they can start getting their stuff together and having it ready so that they can get that stuff out, you know.
Ms. Henry, what happened, you know, the community meetings you used to have, the block meetings you used to have, what happened to that? That faded out?
Pretty much, our block club,
But it was pretty good. You had about 3 or 4 different areas you had, and you had hot dogs, pops and things. People was donating it, and it got the word out pretty good. The crowd started getting bigger and bigger.
yeah. Well, I haven't had a town hall meeting since all winter, so I do have several scheduled. But that's just a town hall meeting, but I would love to have, us get together as colleagues and say, we're gonna have a cookout. We're gonna share information at this cookout. We're gonna have our police department, our police, safety department. We're gonna have to have a parks department scheduled again soon. So we need to have those people to come and say, here's where we are, and where do you want? Where do the citizens want us to be? And that's important, because that's one thing that's been missing in Benton Harbor is
Communication.
communication. So I think we're on the right track. If we can get staff to do it, we'll be definitely in the right place.
Yeah, because Mr. Roberts, he'll work with anybody. All you gotta do is call on him, 'cause you done talk to him, and he'll work with anybody.
Well, let me ask you this, and I'm gonna ask you this out in public. Did somebody tell somebody that you could not pick up after 5 p.m.?
No,
Cause I got 3
No,
calls that one day, and
no,
they said,
it was told, but what I do, I call the city manager, when we be late and something happens, I call the city manager and tell him we picking up late. I call Darwin.
well, one customer called me and she said, she called over to your office and somebody told her, well, the city manager told us to shut it down at 5 o'clock.
No, he ain't told us to shut it down. He just said, when we running late, to give him a call. And that's what we do. When we running late, we'll give him a call.
Okay, that's good to hear. So now we
But I
know.
think he was talking about changing large items to Saturday. And he think it'll be more better
Yeah.
picking up large items on a Saturday, cause everybody will be home. Like, you go from one side of the town to the other side of the town, nobody there. Then they call you back 2 days later, you didn't come back, when you gonna come back? And so, what we do now, we send somebody out in the car to see if they're there. If they're not there, we don't go.
Okay, alright.
You think we could try to get a dumpster in each ward too? That's not gonna happen? That's impossible? We can't get
Well,
anybody to
because
partner with us for
because
that?
landlords, people outside of the community gonna fill it up, and the residents will get no opportunity.
Yeah.
Not if you inform the residents about it.
Well, yeah,
In
we've
advance.
had that before, and it got filled up
But
with a lot of people.
this is another day and time. They've made arrests. I don't know what they did to the people. They won't give me that answer. But maybe the commissioners could get the answer. They should be part of the cleanup detail. Put some chains on their ankles and put them out there picking up something.
Well, community service
Yeah,
might be
that's what I meant to
recommended,
say.
but I think it's
community
a civil
service.
offense. I don't think it's criminal yet. I don't think we've changed that ordinance to make it criminal.
Well, that should be the next thing on the agenda.
What about, okay, like Youth Works in the summertime, would that be an option? Like
Make
some of
them
these,
kids go out there and pick that
No,
mess up.
I'm just, it's a job,
Make some of these dumpers.
I know, yeah,
do
we can do that too, but I'm talking about for Youth Works. I'm sure those kids
They
wouldn't mind
will,
doing that.
they
Right,
will.
it'll not do it in the summer.
We work them in the park.
Yeah,
They
that's
come
what
in
I'm
this
saying.
year, they come in next year. They came last year, they come in this year.
Right.
So yeah, there could be a cleanup there, but,
Mm-hmm.
I think if we put some food on the grill and call the people, they gonna come and
Some water.
we're gonna get them involved. And
Mhm.
there's where everything goes. Everybody's complaining.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you see a trash can that's sitting this high and the wind blowing, and it's blowing,
I guess
it's
I'll
blowing all
start
down the
complaining.
street, you know what's going on.
Mhm.
We do have some people that just don't clean up.
Right.
Cause I go in one of my blocks and I ask them, why do your block look like this?
Mhm.
But look, 2 blocks over, everything is clean. You gotta come out and pick up the paper and stuff.
Look, I'm tired of whoever it is thinks that the end of Lake Street in Colfax is a dump site. It needs to be a camera somewhere on that building over there across the street, that federal building, zeroing in right there, and you'll catch probably a few more corporates.
1100
Officer Clark.
There's so many spots all over the city. Every time I pass by, they drop 3 mattresses on one of my empty lots. And the other day I went back, now it's 4.
Yeah, as long as it sit there, it's gonna be more. I
So,
keep saying that.
So we do have to make it a community effort along with our trash company.
Mhm.
He see a lot while he out there, so he sees.
Oh,
what's
yeah,
going on.
oh, yeah,
Mhm.
And fences, I know we got an ordinance on fence height.
oh, yeah, we do.
These
But
people
we-
got this stuff
but-
hiding,
Oh, yeah, oh,
Wait,
yeah.
who's hiding? I don't understand.
They're
I'm
doing
not sure.
scrapping,
scrapping.
they're scrapping.
Instead of going to the scrap, real scrap people that people
And
bring.
then just take it and dump it somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They place it and
Oh.
then take it later and get
And
their
dump
money.
it in somebody's
No,
ravine.
not that trap, not the
Not the
metal.
metal.
They
They
take
strip
it,
They
they
stripping
strip
wires,
it
they doing
and
everything.
place it in their yards until they load it on a truck and take it to the junkyard. Junkyard.
Mhm.
Mr. Curley, how many tires you said we think we got?
Billions of tires.
It costs you to get rid of tires.
Yeah, we got a grant, we
But-
got 2 trucks coming for tires, right?
But,
Well, we got to pay, but if we recycle, we don't have to
okay,
pay.
now that's what,
Grant we got or something, wasn't it?
I asked, Director McGinnis about that, and I asked him to get with the gentleman, Mr. Edwards over at Recycle. Because when I first met this gentleman, when me and you kept having these meetings back to back trying to get something recycling going on, this is when I met this man. And he said he has a machine
That do
that
tires.
shreds.
Yeah.
Do you know the recycle?
And we can not only recycle the tires by shredding them up, they can be used,
For their
Yeah,
pockets.
they
Utilize
use it for potholes.
Yeah,
and not only for potholes,
for landscaping.
but probably
Landscaping,
landscape
there's
and,
a lot of things that those are, you can be used for.
I wonder if you can make combs with them,
Who?
combs, that you comb hair with.
I don't know, you make any. You make any.
But we need to look into that.
But, you know, we passed the
We
resolution.
talked to Mr. Roberts. 'cause
That's
he-
what I would
He still
suggest.
told us about this.
Yeah, he said he got a big old machine.
Yeah, it is real important that we start recycling.
Mhm.
We've asked the staff to do it for the last year, two and a half
And we can
years.
sell it.
Is it
Maybe.
someone, is it someone working that machine?
No,
I don't know nothing about it. He just, when he first come here, he told us what his plan was and what he had. But
And maybe
that's
set up
all
a
I
day
know.
where people can, if you got
Just
old
drop them off
tires,
and take the
you
tires.
got old tires, sit them out and one of y'all trucks
There you
come
go.
and pick them up.
well, I've been watching one house. I know he breaks cars down, tears cars up, but he had these Hulu tires in the back. And the inspection had a conversation with him, and every day, or every week, I noticed those tires got less and less. I know he wasn't paying $2 or $3 for somebody. He was dumping them tires in illegal dumping. But to recycle paper, plastic,
Okay, we talking about
Cardboard.
tires though.
tires.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They even got a place to come and buy our beds old mattresses, they'll give us $10 and pick them up.
Mention
But we have to step up and say, of course, the body has already made a resolution that we practice recycling.
yeah.
But it is not happening. When I asked the city, I said, let's start at home first. Let's recycle white paper.
What do they call a resolution if it's not happening?
White paper
Yeah.
can be recycled.
Right?
Just like it.
Anything, everything can be recycled.
Everything can be plastic, glass, everything. And they're finding so many things.
Do they offer, I think over in St. Joe, I've seen recycling bins, that if you're interested in recycling, they have these bins
Yeah.
set out.
Yeah.
But my problem is
Call the
that
number.
when they're over in the affluent neighborhood, they pay $35 a month to recycle.
Oh, they do? Oh, okay.
We're not gonna do that.
Okay.
But if we set it up, and there's grants for us to get shredders, belt binders, lots of things, if we set it up, we can hire ex-felons, we can hire people that have not gotten a degree or need a job, just to sort, bundle, and send it out. There's a job waiting for us. If we do these things, we can make sure that somebody have an opportunity to make some extra money. And we're cleaning up the city.
But you should send somebody down there to talk to Mr. Roberts, because he have a guy that's coming to get all those old cans. We got about 200 old cans all busted up and stuff, and they buying them.
They're gonna recycle them.
So you should send somebody to talk to him. I can't speak for that.
Was this Mr.
Yeah.
Roberts?
There's a lot of things that we need to do, because now the tipping fee is going up. Tipping fee is going up pretty soon. We were at 36 cents a ton. Now we're gonna be at 36 cents plus 4.44 a ton. So it's gonna happen. But if we can recycle and take half, we can even recycle garbage.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, 'cause
It's any less to go in the landfill, the better. Our fees are gonna be less. We hire our own people to sort, to bundle, to package it, to everybody that has an opportunity to work at recycling. But we need to get that information out, that it's there, and make us do it. I mean, I heard them say that a long time ago about elected officials. Make us do it.
Show up in droves if you have to.
So when
Make
I call people and say, I need you to come to my communication meeting because I need your support. They're here. They're gonna come. I didn't call anybody. You guys came. You're faithful, but you're on the board. You coming if you get an opportunity. So we gotta figure out by empowering our people to know that their voice will make things happen.
So you wanna pick a day where we could fill this place up with just citizens instead of people just coming, taking seats, taking space, taking up space? Because whenever something like this happens, or this place get filled up with any and everybody else was just as not concerned about what we're talking about, just come in, take up a space. I hate that they took the chairs out of here because that limited the amount of citizens was gonna come, because we're not gonna come to just stand up. Like when the mayor was doing his thing with all the kids and everybody else in here, people was coming to the door and going on back down the stairs.
I understand.
I have a
And a
suggestion.
lot of the citizens had concerns and wanted to talk, and they just come in there and looked and saw it was a mess. And the people who did come in stood alongside the wall. That's illegal, and then they wanna keep a door locked. That's even more illegal for safety. So,
Well,
we
I
have to
have
pick a
suggestions.
day where we can get citizens down here with
Well,
their.
I think it needs to be for an
You're
issue.
drowning me
I
out.
have-
It is.
I mean,
I'm
one
talking-
particular
I'm
issue.
talking
and
about-
here's my
Man,
suggestion
y'all women
on that
don't
one
give a brother
issue.
a chance, do you?
Here's my suggestion for that
Yeah.
one issue, is to don't bring it down here. Take it to the high school, because we need to get some youth involved in helping to clean up their community.
That's right.
We need to get everybody.
And we need to take
involved.
some of that block grant dollars, cause there's some there, the city had to pay $60,000 back over into there, and we have not revised anything. So there's some money there for some rakes, a couple shovels, and some bags, and to pay the landfill to go dump it. And we need to be utilizing it, and if we have to, create a few more jobs or give these children a stipend.
Yeah.
And I suggest wait a minute, I think that there's something on the agenda for next Wednesday evening for, is it entrepreneur, no, what else do you call that? Not entrepreneurship, but, what's that word? Anyway, I'll make sure that it's on the agenda and we can discuss it further
Good.
with the hopes that it can go forward in the form of a resolution and vote on it to do exactly that.
Okay.
But then it's going to have to go to, and remember now, this is March, go to personnel and finance through its process, and then come back to us.
Whatever we need to do, we need to do it, and we need to,
And we need to do
We
it
need to
fast,
go
cause
back to
the
the-
snow that melted and it's ugly.
to the old ways of organizing and mobilizing.
But Ms. Henry, what you should do, you should get a price for a 25-yard compacted and a price for a 25-yard just dumping it in and putting it down with the front end loader. If you take a 25-yard or garbage truck to the landfill, it costs you about $200 and some dollars. But if you get a 25-yard container, it costs you $300 and some dollars. And so, and you're not compacting it, you're just dumping it in, taking the front end load and pushing it down. But if it's something that, not only, he don't have to do it, get anybody to come in and compact it, and not
Get
take
more.
it like it is.
Like it is, just
Yeah.
wrapped up.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money you done paid.
If I may give this to Mr. Williams, because, you can help out. I think it was Ms. Kennard that asked if you all would donate a couple for Juneteenth,
Yes,
cause we gotta clean up Broadway before that
for
event.
our parade.
Yeah. If you would consider that, you can contact
But
her.
what's simple is when you have an event, call Mr. Roberts, let him take the truck out there, throw it in there, don't bring nothing out there and gotta dump it in. Take the truck out there the day you're doing it, and you throw it in and that's it.
Okay.
It's easy on him, it's easy on you.
Tell her to give him a call.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
But y'all need to send somebody down there just to talk to him and find out, you know, his goals and what can he do to help out and get some ideas from him.
I
Okay.
let
Okay.
Commissioner Henry and Commissioner Ison.
So he have a tire shredder, you said?
Trent,
Mr. Roberts got a tire
yeah,
shredder.
he said, when he come here,
Yeah,
he
he
told
told
us
us
he
a
had,
long time ago. when
he
first
had,
did it.
a thread machine.
Mm.
That's what he was looking to do some recycling.
Yes,
you know
that's
what,
what they're all about.
But he's having a rough time with staff.
What,
Well, I don't know, but
I'm
Deputy
saying,
Clark, we should
he
maybe
having
happy
a rough time
birthday.
with staff.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Enjoy
okay,
it.
we
What
got,
is, what is it,
Okay.
why is he having problems with the staffing?
well, for the fact that he's collecting their complaints
Oh,
and they, the,
I
how
answer all the
the, how
phones.
the contract was let and all of, everything, it was just all out of order. And it's, and I'm still thinking that.
But
it's a-
everybody worked together then, the city, the whole city, public works, everybody chipped in. Now, I don't know.
Right,
It's gotta clean it up now.
well, we, the elected officials, have to do it. And you, as a citizens, have to make us do it.
You can't make you guys do nothing.
All right, you can't make me, but. you
No,
can
I
make-
wasn't talking about you.
you can make the,
I've been trying to make people like Mr. Icy and.
Well, all you gotta do is like the first time that I ever had success, I got 8 signatures on a petition and I got what we wanted. Because 8 of us, 9 of us went and said, we want this.
Yep,
And-
you did.
And, it happened,
Well,
so.
can nine of y'all go get a dumpster for each
What was
ward?
that?
Because that's what,
They have
I
free
don't care if
room
somebody
sales.
come in from out of town and put something.
Then when I got here, they was having room sales and you had to
See how
pay
I get drowned out?
$15 to have a room sale. And we thought it was, that was out of line and
And
so
it's out of line.
now we have a room to sell free. All you have to do is call and tell them you have it.
Talking about
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
room to sell.
But if you have a room sale and you make $10 and you pay 15, you're out of money.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
8 people did that.
like 4 or 5 years ago or something?
No, that was a long time ago. Long time ago. So, if there's no more questions about what we're gonna do with communication
That wasn't a joke.
in the next couple of months,
That was a bad thing to say.
When will video he upload on YouTube?
YouTube, usually the next day it's on YouTube. Sign in City of Benton Harbor and you'll see
Yeah,
all our meetings.
you'd appreciate me more the other day.
Okay? All right,
I thought you-
we're
I
through,
told you
Clark.
up. I told you up.
You